Today's practice is all about the booties. You need a yoga block and a yoga mat. Really, that's it. So try to keep this practice in just under 20 minutes, and hopefully you'll get a good burn in for the booty and the hamstrings. Let's go ahead and start lying on your back. Just placing the block off to the side. Bring your feet down and your knees bent. Allow your arms to be down by your sides. Just take a few breaths here, breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath on the back of the throat, and exhaling through the nose. A few more of those breaths, breathing in, constricting the breath as you draw it through the back of the throat. And same as you exhale through the nose. Nice. When you're ready, cross the right ankle over the left. Bring the arms out to a T with the palms up, and just take this shape to the left. Lifting the head, gazing to the right. Feeling that nice little stretch for the outer hip. Breathing here. Slow to start, but I promise we will get those booties fired up. Bringing the shape in through center, bring the right foot down, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, lift the head, gaze to the left, take that shape over to the right, little spinal twist. Breathing space into the low back. Again, continuing with that nice yoga breath in and out through the nose. When you're ready, bring that shape in through center. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Rock and roll around on the low back. Give yourself a little sacral massage as you take the knees into little circles on the ceiling. And then when you're ready, go ahead and grab that block. Place it long ways in between your thighs. So give it a little squeeze. Nice. All right, so feet are about hip distance apart. There's a little squeeze, and that's gonna help to stabilize our pelvis. We're gonna start with our hands down by our sides, and we're gonna press into a glute bridge. So slowly press into the feet, tuck the tailbone up, squeeze the block. It's not gonna be the highest yoga bridge, but just notice that we start to feel the glutes engage. Breathe here, and then lower everything down. Good, press down to the feet, tip the tailbone, lifting all the way up, giving a squeeze on that block, trying to minimize any movement in the pelvis, and then lower down. That's 2, let's do 8 more. Press down to the feet, lift the hips. Exhale, lower down. Press down firmly through the heels, lift the hips, minimizing any rocking of the pelvis. Nice, 5 more here. We start to feel a little bit of that booty firing up. Last 4. Last 3. We'll hold the last one up. Here's 2. And last one, hold up here. Go ahead and squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, lower everything down. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Warming up the hamstrings now, this time without the block. So go ahead and bring the hands down by your sides. Press down into the feet, tip the tailbone up, lift up into that glute bridge again. And then we're going to extend the left leg out, I don't know, about a foot or so. Extend the right leg out, flex the toes off, send out as far as you can. Glute bridge walks, hold, keep those hips elevated. I know it's hard. And then 1 foot at a time, bring it in. Press down to the heels, all the way back into that bridge, and then lower everything down. We've got 5 of these, that was 1. Go ahead and lift the hips, find that glute bridge. Good, this time lead with the opposite foot. Keep the pelvis really stable. Good, all the way out till as far as you can. It's challenging, hold the breath, squeeze the booty. Good, same foot travels in, all the way in and lower it down. 3 more, lifting the hips. Nice, walk it out, glute bridge, stay for a breath. And walk it back in. Nice, lower down, 2 more. All the way out, all the way in, and lower down. Last one. This time we're gonna hold out. Hold it out as far as you can, squeezing the butt, squeezing the hamstrings, draw the heels back in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. Bring the feet back in, lower the hips down, find a happy baby stretch. Awesome job. All right, still working with that glute bridge. We're gonna find the outer hips. So I want you to bring your feet together like a book and go ahead and lower those down to the floor. So imagine Supta Baddha Konasana. Our feet are down kind of on the blades of the pinky edge of the foot, and our knees are extended wide. Now, I want you to hug everything into the midline, start to squeeze and press the feet together, squeeze the booty, and then start to lift up, pressing down onto those edges of the feet. Nice, and then lower down almost all the way, not all the way, but almost, and lift it back up and squeeze. Nice, we've got 10 of these. There's 4. Again, minimizing that rock of the pelvis. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. You've got this. Last 9. Last one. Here, hold. Squeeze everything together. Press those knees out. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower everything down. All right, do you think we can do one more full round of each? I think so. Let's go ahead and place the block in long ways. All right, glute bridge. Now, option here is to add the arms with it. Again, we've got 10 of these. We'll do those little pulses at the top. Press down to the feet. The arms can lift. Again, only an option. Good. And if you want a little bit more, don't lower all the way down. Nice. Press down, squeeze the block. Exhale, lower. Here's 3. It's okay if you're not with me. Good. Working 4. 10 total. We'll hold the last one. And 5. Lift and lower in the hips. Again, arms are just an option. Good. That's what it looks like without the arms. Last 3. Squeeze that block. Keep squeezing. Last 2. Last one, we're gonna hold up and squeeze the block this time. Squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower down, block to the side, right away into those hamstring lifts. Lifting up the hips, walk it out. Lead with the foot, take a full breath, squeeze the hamstring, squeeze the glutes, walk it back in. Good. Maybe you don't lower all the way down. Maybe you keep the hips lifted. Again, we've got 5 of these total. Squeeze and back in. You're doing amazing. Nice. Last 3 if you're with me. Working the legs. Keep breathing. Maybe an audible exhale feels good. There's 4. Back in. Working the hamstrings, working the glutes. Last one here. And hold, breathe, press down, squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, soften the shins, soften the toes. 3, 2, walk it back in. Lower down right away. Bring the feet together, open the knees like a book. Lift the hips and squeeze. Lower down. That's 10. Nice little pulses. 8, 7, we're almost there. 6, squeeze everything together. Press down even to the pinky toes. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold, breathe. Full breath in, full breath out. Nice. Lower everything down. Hug the knees in. Nice work. Rock over to your right side. Go ahead and come up to tabletop posture, hands and knees. Keep the toes tucked behind you and just find a few rounds of cat and cow here. Maybe those turn into barrel rolls, even some hip rolls as we start to warm up our hips and glutes. Nice. Couple more rounds of breath here. Good. All right, keep the toes tucked back behind. Come up onto the knees. We're gonna work good morning. So hands are gonna come behind the head. We're gonna hinge at the hips, feeling the sits bones start to separate, and then come all the way up to stand on the knees, squeezing the glutes. Nice. Hands can come behind the head. Nice long spine. Again, hinging at the hips, separating the sits bones, squeezing the glutes together. Really nice. Nice long spine, bracing the abdominals in. Notice I'm not doing anything funky with my head or neck. 4 more here. Nice. Last 3. Last 2. We're gonna take these right into step ups. This is our next round of circuits, hands to the hips. Step up left foot, come into chair. Step up right foot, lower left foot down, lower right foot down. Opposite foot, right foot steps, left foot steps, right foot lowers, Left foot lowers, nice. You can always level this up by adding pace. Good, alternating which foot leads. This is for time. So we have about another 10 seconds or so, and then we'll do another round of those good mornings. Last 5, last 4, last 3, 2, 1. Maybe you get one more in. Nice, immediately tuck those toes, hands onto the hips. And hinging at the hips, separating the sits bones, squeezing the glutes at the top. Here's 9. Are you breathing? Stay with me. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Add a little pace maybe. Brace the abdominals in. Last 3, 2, 30 seconds of step-ups. Hands to the hips. Maybe you lead with the opposite foot. Keep the butt low. Keep the knees bent. Keep the chest proud. Nice, you've got this. Breathe. Nice, I'm gonna take a minute to breathe. Last 10 seconds here. Beautiful job, last 5, 4, brace the abdominals in, 3, 2, come up to stand, find a forward fold. Nice, hang over like a rag doll. Good, bend one knee, straighten the opposite leg, bend opposite knee, and straighten. Hopefully those booties are fired up. One last exercise, and then we're gonna come and work on some hip mobility. All right, grabbing that block, coming up to stand. I'm gonna go ahead and face you, placing the block long ways. Feel that hugging in sensation. So my feet are directly below my hips. Those bony hip points in the front of your body should extend about to that second and third toe. All right, so I'm gonna sit the hips back, finding that chair, squeezing everything together, coming up to stand. We're gonna do 3 rounds of 10. That's our final standing exercise, and then we're gonna go into some mobility. All right, let's hold the chair, squeeze the block, breathe. Good, slice the fingers through like a knife as you sit the hips down. Standing all the way up, squeezing the block, that's 2. Option to hold the chair in between the rounds, that's 4, 5. You've got this, 6. Sit it low, deep every time, squeeze that block, don't lose that connection. Last 3, last 2, last 1, I'm gonna hold. You can always come up to standing, 5, 4, take your breath, 3, 2, second round, come all the way up to stand. Good, activate the arms, really feel like you're cutting through something thick with the arms and the triceps. That's 5. 5 more, squeeze everything, press down firmly. Last 4, can you sit a little deeper? Last 3, last 2, last 1. Maybe you come up to standing, maybe you decide to hold it, breathe. Belly in, 5, weight in the heels. 4, 3, 2, last round of 10, stand, sit, stand, sit. You've got this, squeeze a block. 4, there's 5, halfway there. Last 5, press down to those heels. 4, squeeze a butt. 3, hopefully it's burning. Last 2, last 1, hold it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, forward fold. Settling in, release the block. Nice, bend and straighten the knees a few times, hang out the head. When you're ready, go ahead and come down onto the knees. Let's take a much deserved child's pose. Bringing the big toes together, bringing the forehead down on the mat. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the heart rate. It's a beautiful thing about yoga is we have work and we have rest. We're gonna work on some hip mobility here. Go ahead and come to tabletop. I'll start with the left leg, that's the one that's facing you. Extend the left leg long behind, just press through the heel, feel the stretch to the back of the calf. Notice what it feels like to be on 3 limbs, and you might choose to tuck the right toes, and that's perfectly okay. All right, so we imagine the hip socket is that ball and socket joint, right? So you wanna feel like as we do these hip circles, that we're making them as big, kind of lubricating the joint, right? Touching all little areas. All right, when you're ready, bend the left knee, flex the foot. Notice if you've dropped a lot of weight into the right side, hug everything back into the center. We're gonna open it out to the side as wide as you can. Bring it in and forward, touching the back of the left tricep, back in through center, and we come with that kind of donkey kick. That's 1 round. We're gonna go 3 in this direction. Imagine going as far, wide, and forward as you can. Really lubricating that hip joint and opening up the hips. Nice, keeping everything stable. On the right side, we'll take it in the other direction, bringing it forward, out wide, and then back in through center. Again, your left foot can be flexed or soft, bringing in through center and around, back in. The third time is the charm, finding all that mobility through the hip socket. Extend the leg long, find a cross knee child's pose. This time, extending the left knee behind the right. Sitting the hips back, maybe the knees lift. We're gonna take this right in to some mobility on the left side, and we're gonna find deer pose. So deer pose is essentially the 90-90 stretch. So bringing the left shin forward and the right knee back. So as you can see, if I face you here, that I've got kind of 2 90-degree angles. So here we are side facing. All right, so you may need to put a little bit of a rolled up towel underneath your left hip. All right, we're gonna give it a couple options. Arms can come out to a T, depending on how that feels, or they can be into heart center. We're gonna work some hip mobility, twisting to the left, holding their nice long spine, and then come back through center. We'll do that 5 times. Again, press down to the sits bones, long spine, twisting to the center. Good, and back in. There's 3. Twist, using the abdominal muscles to twist. Really nice, coming back in. Here's 4, nice wide wings, and back in. Should feel as maybe even over in that right hip. Nice one here. Bring the left hand down, lift the right arm up and over. And then I want you to find a forward fold over that left thigh. So feeling a nice stretch through the outer left glute, maybe even the groin. And just come to the breath here for a moment. You're doing amazing. You're so strong, getting stronger with each and every breath. We have a little bit of that hip mobility on the other side, and we're in for Shavasana. All right, so turning again this way so I can face you. Maybe a few rounds of cat and cow just to wash those postures away. And then eventually the right leg will come long, tucking the toes. Flexing the foot so that you can press through the heel, find that nice long spine. Notice that you're not dumping weight into the left hip. Go ahead and flex the right glute to bend the knee. Again, we're gonna make those circles outward first. So again, taking the knee out wide, lifting up through the outer hip, coming forward, maybe even brushing the back of the right tricep this time. Come in through center and lift it up with that little donkey kick. Good, that's 2 here. Good, I was dumping a little weight into my left side, so hug everything in, keep it nice and stable. I have my left toes tucked on this side. It feels better for me. They can always be flat. Nice, that's my 3rd circle, and I'm gonna reverse now, opposite direction. Bringing it out wide again. Think of getting all those little nooks and crannies through that right hip socket, just kind of moving the femur bone in the hip socket. 3rd one here for me, bracing the abdominals in, big wide circle, and then bring the right leg behind, cross it back behind, take a cross knee child's pose. Nice. We're gonna do that deer posture again with our right shin forward this time. So right shin's gonna come into 90 degrees. The right knee is kind of directly in front of that right front bone, the ASIS. Good, and then the left knee is extended out from the left hip. The left shin is directly down, making two 90-degree angles. Arms again are your expression. Hands could be at heart center. They can even be behind the head. Go ahead and find a nice, long, tall spine. And this time we're gonna twist to the right. I feel that in my left hip right away. Coming in through center, twisting to the right. Good, coming back through center. Again, working on our hip mobility. We'll do 5 of these in total. Twist, again, this is what it would look like if your hands were at heart center. Or over to the right. All right, here's 3. Twisting to the right. Last 2. Good. Last 1, and then you'll find a forward fold over that right shin. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, making your way to Shavasana when you're ready. Just for a few moments as we become lying down, just allowing our body to reap the benefits of our strength, of our balance, of our stretch, of our release. Take a full deep breath in through the nose. Audible exhale, sigh it out. 2 more like that. Breathe in, nose. Audible exhale, sigh it out. Last time, breathe in through the nose. Audible exhale out. Stay here as long as you like. This is where our time together will end. Again, I am so grateful that you showed up on your mat. Building strength together. Namaste.